getting this up on TV so I could watch it, so I could see if anything's up there.
Okay.
All right. All right. My name's John Oliva. Right next to me is Jeffrey Carver,
Hey,
and we do have a new show called The Goats Showtime, which is within for the AL, the Arena League team called the Kansas City Goats, who is officially 2-0. And we're going to be talking more on football of NAL, AFL, IFL, the Arena League, NFL, UFL, and all that. Since it is on season right now, hopefully this upcoming week this upcoming week we have um, Prince Shanola, wide receiver from Kansas City, who was coming off a 91-50 score win over the Iowa Woo, formerly known as the Waterloo Woo, since this is a new league. So I know that I've watched a couple games from the Kansas City Goats. I don't know if you watched. I know you watch at least one game, right, Jeffrey?
I actually got to watch the Monsters game and the third and fourth quarter that I had to finish catching up on the second game, so I was able to do both.
Alrighty. What do you think about the first game comparing to the second game that they had in the first two games?
Well, I think Kansas City they had lesser penalties in the first game, and in the second they had a lot more penalties. And I think what Kansas City needs to do is calm them down and have less penalties in a game. And basically, I think what Kansas City needs to do is run the ball a little bit more just to run out more clock time when they have the ball in their possession and try to throw the ball a little bit quicker and faster is what I could say, but not get less interceptions is what I'm trying to make out. And I think what Kansas City needs to do is make sure everyone is on their A game. Like talk before they get on the field, come up with a plan and make sure that they know what they're doing because at the first and second game everybody just kind of wandering around like, okay, what is my part in this game? What do I need to do? And it's like there's no communication. So everybody needs to be on the same page when coming into a game because that makes it fair for everybody to know what their role is. And I think that's going to be the most important part coming off game one and two. And now that we've learned about both of these games, game one against the Monsters and then the Waterloo did in Iowa, I mean, we need to get it together. I mean, more points, yeah, I'm happy about that. But we need to worry about getting less penalties in a game that's going to make the game a little bit better for our team. And having players know what they have to do to accomplish their goal to get a win is start running the ball. That's all we need to do.
I know from watching the first two games. Go ahead, sit down. Go sit down. I know with the first two games. Sorry about that. My girlfriend's brother came in. I know with the first two games, I watched how Kansas City played. It is a confusing game. With no kickoffs, you have a throw off instead of a kickoff. You don't have any field goals. You can go for either 1 point, 2 point, or 3 point after the touchdown. Um, I know with that, it's a lot different from what the NAL has, the AFL, the IFL. Which, speaking of the NAL, we are into the NAL title game, which we do have the two title teams that are in there.
Right.
Former CIF teams, which are the Omaha Beef, undefeated for the second year straight,
Oh
and
hell.
the Sioux City Bandits, who have not been in a title game since I believe they said 2018.
Yeah, Sayak City Bandits. Yeah, I love them. They're a good team. I wish them the best of luck to the champion. I know they can get it done, but we don't know where they're going to host the championship game at just yet. I heard
They
it's
said they're
going.
they said that they're gonna host it in Omaha, so it's gonna be just right down the road from their home.
Well, like I said, I hope that the Bandits can get it together and win this championship, bring this title back to Sayak City where it belongs because it's been since 2018. That's almost what 4 years ago since they won anything. So I think what they really need to do for the Bandits, they need to keep the ball in their possession. They need to get more fumbles from the other team. They need to get more interceptions. They need to focus on their A game. And if the Bandits are going to come off a win against the Omaha Beef, I think it's going to be tough. The Beef have always been champions for a long time. So we need to have a distraction plan come up for the Beef and say, okay, what can we do to beat these guys? Well, we can't go for field goals. That's only 3 points. So what we need to do is go for touchdown, and we need to go for 2 point conversion. That's what's going to make this thing go off big for the Bandits. I love these guys. These guys have proven once again they've done it before. They'll do it again. But let me tell you, the Bandits, when they played back in 2018, they had a lot of miscues, so that's what's going to have to come off this victory for the Bandits is not missing any cues to win this game. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard, but coming off in Omaha, these Bandits better be prepared because those fans are loud. They bring their bells and everything, and it's going to be a distraction. And these bandits cannot be distracted. They need to be, focused. They need to be determined. They need to walk in there and take care of business. And that's what every team needs to do is take care of business. Either you're away or at home. That's the most important part of being in a championship game. You got to come off like you are the biggest guy in there, and you got to be the monster. You got to create what the problems are going to be in order to win.
Yeah, I know with Omaha, they do have a couple good guys. Um, I'm expecting to see Omaha either go back to back or get that their only loss of the season to Sioux City because they played Sioux City twice. I know people have said it's not fair on how this league is, that it's trash. Um, I get it's a whole new league. Carolina left, Jacksonville left, Albany left. Speaking of Albany, last night they did win their seventh game straight. Um, it Sorry about the noise in the background, everybody. It's my family. It's a crazy house. Um, Omaha is going to be one of the guys that gets it going, and I think if Omaha leaves the NAL, they will go out to the IFL or AFL.
Well, I've heard some big news coming out from the AIF. For next year, here's the plan for the AIF. They are wanting to tag team with the NAL next year. That means Corpus Christi and a lot of these other teams that are in the AIF are planning to join the NAL next year. And if that is true, then we have some major issues. Look at how many teams are in the AIF. There's what, 8 or 9 teams? So you're looking at the smaller league that could join the NAL next year just to help the NAL get back up to where it needs to be a dynasty again. But they will not go to be with the IFL. I know they won't do a merger. The IFL already said they're not going to. I know right now the NAL is by itself. And if you look at the AFL is basically either going to go with the AIF next year, if that's going to be possible. Because this is the only reason I look at it. The NAL is going to be demolished after this year. It's not going to be any more. So that's going to worry a lot of fans. Like Omaha is going to have to leave. Carolina is folding, which we already knew was going to happen. And then we know that Sioux City is moving to the IFL next year. So that's going to be a big thing for that to happen because the Bandits have already said we're not joining the NAL next year. That is not something we are interested in doing. They have talked with the owner of the AFL, and the AFL has also been demolished. And a lot of teams are leaving, and Jeff Fisher is trying to fix that, as we have heard when he was there with the Billings Outlaw game. They played the Nashville Cats. If you remember that, just last night, Nashville won only by 3 points. And that was a big game, 53-50. And Billings almost had a win against the Nashville Cats last night. That would have been a big upset. But Nashville stayed undefeated with Albany. So that's going to be a big game. And with Orlando, look at Orlando, what they have done. They're still in it. They're looking like playoff hopes are still alive. Um, so, yeah, there's a lot of distractions still going on. West Texas, they lost last night to a big team. And I thought West
Wasn't it
Texas was
73-70 for Albany for Albany to beat West Texas?
yeah, West Texas won. No, they lost last night, but they were about to win. But they went into overtime against Albany. Albany won last night with a 3-point conversion in overtime.
Yeah. Then I know my IFL team Vegas got beat last night by Sioux Falls. To be honest, I'm not too proud about the losses that we have right now because they've all been upsets.
Yeah.
We lost to I forgot who we lost to the first game. I think it was Tucson. I think if Vegas can keep going in the IFL, they can go win a title, just like Bay Area can, like they did last year.
Well, everybody needs to focus on what just happened yesterday in the AAL2, but this is going to be some big news coming from West Banco Arena in Wheeling, West Virginia. Get this. They played on a AFL field last night, beating Maryland Eagles 77-3. Now, why were they playing on a AFL field? And also, they won 77-3. Now they're in a championship game. So now we're waiting for the Wheeling West Virginia team, the Wheelers, to play whoever is next. We do know Columbus Lions are playing the Corpus Christi Trions for the championship in the AIF. So, what is the Wheelers going to do? Well, we don't know. We haven't heard who they're playing. So, we got to keep that in mind. And with the championship game, with the NAL, we're still waiting on that too. So
Yeah, I did see that Wheelings did play on an AFL field, which is gonna be scary because I think if AFL keeps doing what they're doing, if they don't go bankrupt, I would go to the AFL and kind of make that upbeat move, like Wichita did before they went to the CIF. Yeah.
I would like to see the NAL join the AFL next year. That's what I would like to see. Omaha, Sioux City Bandits, and also Colorado. And then we played Idaho last night, and Idaho lost to Colorado. They were supposed to be in playoff hopes, but that did not happen. Sorry, Colorado. You did win. You played a good game against Idaho. It was a really good game. I watched it, and I thought, with the last hour game of Idaho versus Colorado, I think, Idaho could have won that if there was more time on the clock. But, now we're just going to have to wait and see what they do next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this short. But I want to thank you, Jeffery, for coming on to the show. This is the Kansas City Goats show. Thank you for coming on and watching. We'll see you on the next show. All right.
All right. Hey, let me tell everyone something real quick. Be on the lookout for a new league coming out next year. It's a new Texas league. I will be announcing it on the next show. It's going to be a very big thing. It's called the South Austin, Texas Arena Football League. And it's based out of Austin, Texas. So be on the lookout. I'll give y'all further details when that comes out.
All righty. But thank you for coming on the show. I'll see you on this next show. All right.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. And let's go, Goats.
Let's go, Goats.
Oreo's gone. Yeah.